Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller. Once again, showing you how to use not only free play this time, but we're gonna use $500 out of 1,000. And I'm gonna show you how to have a stop loss, but also this is very, very different than what you're talking, than what you might think of when somebody says stop loss. So let's watch this, here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
Okay. I know I was having a hard time explaining because I've been using free play over and over and over. But what if you had $1,000? So this is 500 in black and this is $500, right? Well, it's a little bit short. Let's make that right. There we go. Now that's right. So 500 here and 500 here. Let's say you have $1,000 to play with at the craps table and you want to play in such a way where you can manage your bankroll, but also not lose more than $500. I would recommend doing either John 10:10 or Light in the Darkness Batman style. So the Batman version, okay? So that means going through the DC instead of the DP when it comes to Light in the Darkness. If you're familiar with these strategies, give us a like while you're watching. If not, then go ahead and try to find it. It's in a playlist. It's all over the channel, okay? Go to the channel, subscribe if you haven't, and go to the playlist. Speaking of that, have you signed up for the Holy Roller Cruising Club yet? Okay, do that. Go to holyroller.com, sign up for that. That would be awesome, and you could be cruising and rolling along with us. Okay, now let's talk about this 500. You're gonna get $1,000. You're gonna ask for, I always get 180 in nickels and then 20 in $1, and then the rest in green, and then I get the black. So basically you're gonna get 500 like this and 500 like this. Now, what you're willing to lose right now, you might say, oh, well, don't come with money that you're not willing to lose. But what I'm talking about is you're gonna say, I'm only gonna play with $500. Well, a lot of times people say, I only wanna play with $500, so they only bring $500. What I'm suggesting, and not financial advice, do your own research, and this is, read the disclaimer in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description. I'm suggesting that you bring 1,000 if you want to play with 500, and I'm gonna show you how and why right now, okay? So, you got your 500 like this. Now, you might have seen a video where I say this is free play, but let's say this is your real money and this is your real money, okay? So it doesn't matter about free play. This is what you're willing to lose, but I'm gonna show you how to use this and protect this, and you're gonna use this to protect this, really. But what we're gonna do is because you have $500, I'm gonna do $100, okay? So let's do this. Let's assume somebody else is shooting, and let's let them establish a point. So we'll let them, I'm gonna just roll it right here. There's a 7 and there is a 9. So the point becomes 9, and now you're gonna put $100 right here. Now this is $100 that you're willing to lose, remember? So here we go, let's roll it, and it's a 7 out. Okay, you lost 100. So you might say, whoa, I don't wanna lose 100 again. All right, here we go. Put another 100, and then you could put 200 if you want, okay, on like the 10. And so lay the 10. So you're laying the 10, that pays 100 if the 7 comes, okay, if you're really worried about it. But you could lose 200 if a 10 rolls. Let's see what happens. And it is a yo 11. Now that stays there. Now you could say that you have, $10 on a yo could protect, you get paid $150 if a yo rolled. So I don't know, do you want to spend $10 on that? Okay, let's do it. Let's spend $10 on that. And it's a 4, you lost $10. So either way, you have 300, watch this. This is gonna go behind the 4, by the way. That pays $100 if the 7 comes. This comes back down. And there was probably some VIG involved, but it came back to you. Probably, $4 or something like that. All right, so now notice, you are down. You have a black one there and 2 here. You're down $210 because you hopped the yo, But we have no 4, okay? So we're playing no 4. That's $100. Now, let's play for $110, by the way. So we're gonna play 110, but really, if the 7 comes, you'd lose this and you'd win 100, so you're really only playing for $10. So basically this hand we've played for $20 and we've lost 200 somehow. Okay, here we go. Here we go, let's see what happens. And it is a 10, okay? Nothing for us here, all right? Then it's a 5, okay. So a 5 hits, and that's gonna pay $35. Now the first thing I'm gonna do on the first one is I'm gonna just collect, because remember that $10 we had here? I'm gonna put it right here, okay? Then remember the $10 we're playing for? So technically we're up, at least on this hand, minus the 200 that we lost, we're up $15. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is an 8. All right, that's another $35. And this is what I'm gonna do with the 8, by the way. I'm gonna get it like this. I'm gonna break it down like this. It's $35, and I'm gonna get it like this, okay? And the reason why is because I want the 5 to look like 35. I want the 6 and 8 to look like 42 each. And I'm gonna get a dollar change back to my rack, okay? And now we're still rolling. Okay. Now you might say, when do you switch or change or do whatever? What about the field? If I did anything in the field, I would pull the $25 down and put it in the field. But right now I want to hit a 5, 6, or 8. Let's see what happens. Here we go. And it's a 10 again. 10 again. How about yeah, I should have got the field. You're right. All right, here we go. And it's a 5. We got a 5. We're going to throw in 1 for 50, by the way. 1 for 50. And we're gonna leave a quarter in the field, bring a quarter back to our rack. So if you're keeping track, that's $40. We're up in the hand. Oh, there's a 7. Okay. Now remember, $40 we're up. All of this comes down, by the way. I'm just gonna we lose all of this, and it's gone so quick when a 7 comes. You blink and it's gone. We're gonna get paid 100. We get paid 100 right here, just like this. Okay, but notice how we got paid this 100, and because we're down with our 500, what we're gonna do is we need to reset this, okay, to, I'm gonna show you how to reset this. Okay, so we need to, let me get this in nickels. So you pretty much count up your bankroll to make sure that you are at your amount, okay? So I'm gonna put this here. So that one's, okay, so here's what we're up. And I think I said $40. So we're up $40, right? And so we're gonna just either use this 40, like we could do the 5, 6, and 8 for $35 or $34 action. We could throw in $4 and do 44 inside. There's all kinds of stuff we could do when it comes to how you want to continue to play. We are still down the 200 that we wanted to, didn't want to, or that we're using to protect this. So far, you might say, whoa, you got hit. And I'm just showing you how you can play for a long time if you have this concept. And so here we go, one more time. We know we're $40. I'll just put that right over here. I'll try to pull from here before I pull from here. How about that? We're gonna assume somebody else is rolling again, and we're gonna roll and see if we can get a point established. There's a 9, so the point is 9, and we're gonna go one more time. We're gonna go like that. We're not gonna lay. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time, and hopefully not get the same result. There's a 4. Same result on the 4, I don't mind that. But we didn't lose it this time, okay? I was just showing you how you can hedge it. There's different ways you can hedge it. But we got the 4. And now, let's do it again. Let's go for 110 inside. And we're gonna go 110 inside, and we're gonna roll it. Here we go, let's see what happens. And it's a 2, we're not in the field yet. And it's a 6. Okay, so there is, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna press, we're just gonna press right off the bat. We're gonna press into the 10 here, 12, and 12. Okay, and then we get a dollar change. Okay, so we put a dollar over here. So these look like 35, 42, 42. They each pay $49 or 50 for 1. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens here. And it's a 10. We're not in the field yet. And it's a 7 out. Oh my goodness. So we did lose $10 here because if you remember 110 and 100. So it looks like we lost more because we pressed our bets, right? So basically, I'm just showing you the rollouts. Like it would be nice if we can get a long roll, and that's why you're doing this. That's why you're playing. That's why you're kind of playing the little hedge strategy, because we lost this 100, But if the 4 would have rolled, we would have lost that 100. And the idea is hopefully you made 100 like we did that one time, okay? So here, let's try one more time. And this time what we'll do is, being this the last time, and this is what you could think of. So basically, if I broke this back down and got 25 out of it, then, no, I think I would need, no, so there's that. There is that. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay, so we actually have $31. Okay, $31. So we did lose a little bit overall, right? If you count the what we call the free play, or the money that we're willing to lose, yes, it is 100 and something, not quite $200 down. But because this is our last shooter for the video, I'm just gonna do 300, okay? And so I'm gonna show you exactly same way we're gonna do this. And so we'll just roll it out, see if we can get a point established. It's a 5, and now we're gonna roll, or put our 300 in the DC, by the way, and hope for no 7, no 11. There's a 4 again. We've been very fortunate with that 4. So it's 300 behind the 4. Now you might say, whoa, this was crazy. Now remember, we're willing to lose that, but we didn't, okay? That's the point, okay? So now we have $300, okay? So we can go let's go 220, okay? 220 inside, okay? And then let's do, this pays $70, by the way. Let's do $25 in the field. So we have every number, so we win money on every number. And you might say, no, you don't win money on every number. Yes, every single number we win, because well, actually one number, 3 combinations, the 4. If we don't want to see the 4, okay? Okay, here we go. Let's every other number we're gonna win, okay? There's only 3 combinations out of 36. Let's see if we don't hit that, okay? Here we go. It's a yo 11, okay? So that pays 25, okay? And we're gonna just rack it, put it in our rack, okay? Here we go. So we're gonna roll again. There's an 8, okay? That was an 8. So that's gonna pay $70, or we could do 75 for 5. Okay, so 75 for 5. We lose this one, so 75 for 5, okay? And we're gonna put the quarterback, we're gonna bring 50 back to our rack, okay? 50 back, and I'm trying to keep this one intact. Okay, so there, okay, there's that. I'm trying to count as I go. All right, here we go, let's see what happens. And it's a 9, there's a parallel win, because we're gonna do another 75 for 5, right? And then we also win in the field, okay? So there's $100 coming back to our rack right there, okay? And let's roll it again. And whoa, dice off the table. Same dice requested? No, too late. And it's a 9 again, okay? So this time we're just gonna pay out the 70, okay? And the 25. So there's 70, there's 25. And we're gonna bring all of this back to our rack. And sometimes, you know, you could do, okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, okay? So here's 500, by the way. And here is 25, 30, 35, 41, $41, okay? $41 right there, plus what we have out here, okay? 200, we have all of our money back if we wanna pull everything down right now. Meaning, remember the 200 that we lost? We have it right there, 200, and then here's 25. So we're up overall in our bankroll. And you know, you could keep rolling, or you could say, hey, turn me off or take me down, however you want to do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll it one more time. Just to see what happens, just to see. And it is a 5, winner. Winner 5, we lose here, we win $70, okay? Or we could do 75 for 5. Let's do that. Let's bring a 5 in. There, 75 for 5, okay? And then that brings this to another 100. And so what you could do is you could say, take me all down, right? This goes like this, right? And you can say, no, really, just take me all down. Even though it's off, just take me all down. Down on the 4 too, you can, or you can plug it. So that's $300. 150 pays 300. If you did, you know, or, you know, so that's kind of a break even. So you kind of want to be, you know, you have 300 there. You could do 200 here and win 100. I think like $100 no matter what, right? Or if you did, yeah, just you could do 200 right there. But let's do this. When we take this down, let's ask for these in black, okay? So just so I can show you, okay? So here's the black, right? We'll do 200, right? That'll cost a VIG of $10, by the way. So and we'll see what happens. And we want it working, by the way, working. So then, and there's them. I don't care about cruise. I don't care about comp points or nothing like that. I'm just saying. There's my 500, and I have an extra 100 and oh, here's 125, 131, $131. Okay, and I'm only gonna win money on this no matter what. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. And it's a 4. Wow, the better case scenario happened because this pays $400, by the way. So you would say and down, so you paid that $10. Now they'll probably, this will go away right away, by the way. And then they'll say, give me $10. And so you'll probably have to throw in $10. Then you'll say and down, and then they'll give you the $10 back. And then you would win the 300, right? You'd win the 300 plus 100. So with all of that, and the point becomes 4. And with all of that, there's your 500 that you're protecting this whole time. And here's 1, 2, 25, 41, $241 just in that short roll. And it wasn't like great or anything, but there's the roll, and we won $241. We still have that. And so the idea is you could still play. You could still play. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. Now, being that we have some winnings, let's go like this. We'll take half of our winnings, we'll lock it up, then we're gonna walk with that, and we'll put out 110 just to see what happens with 110. Here we go. And it's a 4-point hit. Wow, those 4s, huh? And there's a 6. All right, so point is 6. And here we go with a 6. Wow, point hit. We'll go ahead and make this look like like we did before. We'll just press it up, because we'll just press it up and we'll bring $1 back to our rack. Okay, so there's that. The puck is off, the bets are off. Let's roll it. And it's a 7 and it's a 6. Okay, back out on the 6. And now if we take this and put it in the field, we can win $24 or $25 on every roll. Let's see if we can get 4 rolls out of this. That's an extra 100. There's a 5, so there's that, and that pays that, right? So that's a $24 win. Let's put it over here. Here we go. And there's an 8. Okay, same thing. Let's throw this in, and we'll get 50 for 1 again, and that's a $24 win. So the idea is we're trying to win 110, by the way. Okay, here we go. And there's an 8 again, throw in $1. Actually, just say pay me, because I don't want to move this. Let's say pay me, it'll be $49. So there's 40, 45, 49. Okay, so we got 49 with that one right there. All right, and now we have some dollars to throw in. All right, let's see what happens. So here we go. And it is 2, craps 2. That's double in the bubble. So let's see what happens here, okay? Like, I know you won't have time to do it. You have to do it right away. But here is 125 that we've won off of our 110 that we put out there. At least 125, okay? All right, here we go. Let's go. And it is a 9. That's a quarter. Let's go ahead and get a 9. Why not? Okay, so we use the field to build, right? Here we go. And it's a 7 out. Oh man, all right. So we were able to play. We had some good numbers out there. We had a lot of opportunity, but our total winnings, our total earnings for what you've seen on this video with all this random rolling and, you know, crazy rolling is $279. Here's our original bankroll intact. I just wanted to kind of show you how you can kind of play, and hopefully this video was helpful. And so that's what I would recommend on how to do it. Hedge what you're willing to. If you're only willing to lose half, then hedge and play that way. So anyway, this didn't take that long, and we're already, let's say, $250. If this took an hour, that's $250 an hour. I don't know, seems like a good paycheck for today. Thanks for watching. Why not subscribe if you haven't already, and watch this video if you'd like to see more, and I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.